Crossing New Horizons is one of the best games of the year. This is Nintendo's popular life simulation series. It happened to come out in March, right when the COVID-19 pandemic was breaking out. Many of us were shut indoors. Video game playtime was surging to begin with, but we saw this particularly happening with Animal Crossing. You're building this town filled with these talking animals. You get to know them and you want to do good by them, and you end up seeing this kind of fruitful reward to that patience, to your hard work. People were engaging with the game who don't consider themselves gamers. We saw it become a proxy for canceled weddings, ceremonies, graduations. People were gathering in this digital space instead.
Back in the fight.
Streets of Rage 4, made by Dotemu and Lizard Q, barely touched anything from the original 1990s Sega Genesis classics, and they didn't need to. They smartly recognized that those games were basically the perfect brawlers, and Streets of Rage 4 really just added a few more tweaks, updated the killer soundtrack, gave us some beautiful, beautiful animated visuals to basically create what I would call the perfect brawler.
A Final Fantasy VII Remake was one of those games that seemed like it would never be made, up there in the ranks of Half-Life 3 and a Mother 3 localization. But when it finally came out in 2020, it exceeded expectations. Final Fantasy VII Remake's updated combat system simultaneously is incredibly cinematic but never overwhelming. And the system incentivizes you to switch between party members frequently, because each party member has unique strengths. But the crowning achievement is by far the script. Instead of coming off as a wonky approximation of a Japanese script, it really feels like this game is written for a Western audience.
Oh my god, that makeup! And that dress!
Nailed it, I know, thank you. Moving on.
People looking for a one-to-one remake of the original story are probably going to be disappointed with the ending, but we're very excited about the possibilities the future holds.
Destiny comes.
The Last of Us Part 2 is a very divisive video game amongst gamers and critics. I think some people were upset by some of the story decisions that Naughty Dog took that were surprising. Others put off by the sheer brutality of the graphic violence.
Ugh, I suck.
Just need to build up your calluses, that's all.
You're playing as Ellie, the young girl that we met in the first The Last of Us. As a player, you really start to reconsider who are the heroes and who are the villains of this story, and the line is very blurred. It's one of the best stories of the year, and that is also complemented by tremendous performances. Laura Bailey, who played Abby, Ashley Johnson, who played Ellie, and a very thoughtful gameplay.
If I ever were to lose you, I'd surely lose myself.
Yeah, stand by for redeployment.
Warzone's success really starts with the fact that you have this big, beautiful map, all this varied terrain that suits a number of different play styles. And then you've got a game engine that allows the same sort of play as Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So it feels like the same game, only just bigger, more immersive, just a much better feel to it. Now you add in some game elements that battle royales like PUBG, Fortnite don't have, like customizable loadouts, or the 1v1 Gulag Showdown to give players a second chance. And you really got something special.
Primary objective accomplished. All supply boxes found.
Making it a free, standalone game apart from the Call of Duty annual mainline titles. Now you got a game that you're content with. Now they just need to get the juggernauts out of the game.
Spider-Man Miles Morales is a launch title for the PlayStation 5, and it makes a grand entrance.
This Spider-Man is broken. I would like to exchange for new one.
It introduces ray tracing. This was not possible on consoles before, and makes really interesting use of 3D audio and haptic feedback. Putting all of that together and including the story and the gameplay, it makes for a really excellent experience. I particularly enjoyed playing as Miles. He's a teenager that faces self-doubt and navigating family and friendships that are complicated by some of the story beats in the game. Seeing certain kinds of characters with disabilities that you don't often see in games. Like I really enjoyed meeting a character who is deaf. That's so inclusive and makes this character just feel natural and like part of the world.
Let's go! Hey Pete, headed your way.
I'm leaving. Try and stop me.
Hades is the best game of 2020 because of the solutions it offers to the many different problems inherent not only in the roguelike genre, but in video games as well.
So I'll just be on my way again.
Be on your way indeed. What do I care? You shall never reach the surface.
Supergiant Games challenge themselves to figure out what failure can mean in a game, how failure can enrich the narrative experience. So every time you die in Hades, you are basically rewarded with new character moments when you return to the beginning.
Gorgons. What can you do?
That in itself is one of the strongest innovations of the year, and it helps that Hades itself is a really badass game that's just so fun to play, and it's also challenging too. So it really just ticks so many boxes that I really don't think any other game deserves it more than Hades.
I always come back.